The National Electrical Code addresses the issue of following manufacturer's instructions for listed equipment in several sections. Firstly, Section 300.15. He states listed equipment shall be installed and used in accordance with any instructions included in a listing or labeling. Secondly, Section 409.2. C states listed luminaires or lighting assemblies that are intended for wet locations shall be installed in accordance with any instructions included in the listing or labeling. Thirdly, Section 410.2. A state's motors shall be installed in accordance with the manufacturer's instructions. Fourthly, Section 430.2. A state's listed motors, generators, controllers, and control panels of motor circuits shall be installed in accordance with the manufacturer's instructions. Fifthly, Section 440.4. B states listed air conditioning and refrigerating equipment shall be installed in accordance with any instructions included in the listing or labeling. Sixthly, Section 460.8. B states listed capacitors shall be installed in accordance with any instructions included in the listing or labeling. Seventhly, Section 480.2. A state's resistors and reactors shall be installed in accordance with the manufacturer's instructions. Eighthly, Section 680.4. B states listed swimming pool, spa, hot tub, and fountain luminaires, transformers, and associated equipment shall be installed in accordance with any instructions included in the listing or labeling. Finally, Section 705.12. B states lighting equipment installed in air handling spaces of lighting fixtures shall be listed and marked for use within air handling spaces and shall be installed in accordance with any instructions included in the listing or labeling. The proper installation of electrical equipment in accordance with the manufacturer's instructions is paramount for ensuring safety and compliance. Manufacturer's instructions are specific to the listed equipment and provide critical details regarding its installation, operation, and maintenance. These instructions are developed by the manufacturer based on rigorous testing and analysis, and they outline the proper procedures and precautions to be followed to prevent hazards such as electrical shock, fire, and equipment failure. The NEC reinforces the importance of adhering to these instructions by referencing them in various articles and sections. Compliance with manufacturer's instructions is not only a requirement of the NEC, but it is also a fundamental aspect of responsible electrical work. Ignoring or deviating from these instructions can lead to serious consequences, including damage to property, injury to personnel, and legal liability. The NEC provides a framework for safe electrical installations, and manufacturer's instructions serve as a crucial supplement to this framework, providing the specific details necessary for installing and operating listed equipment in a safe and effective manner. Listed equipment refers to equipment that has been tested and certified by a recognized testing laboratory, such as Underwriters Laboratories, Intertek, or CSA Group. This certification indicates that the equipment meets certain safety standards and performance requirements. When equipment is listed, the manufacturer is required to provide detailed instructions for its installation and use. These instructions are an integral part of the listing and are essential for ensuring that the equipment is installed and operated in accordance with its intended design. The NEC emphasis on following manufacturer's instructions is a reflection of the importance of proper installation in maintaining the safety and reliability of electrical systems. Electrical equipment is designed to operate within specific parameters, and deviations from these parameters can lead to malfunctions, hazards, and premature failure. By following the manufacturer's instructions, installers can ensure that the equipment is installed and operated within its intended design limits, minimizing the risk of problems and maximizing its lifespan. The NEC references to manufacturer's instructions are not limited to specific types of equipment. Rather, they apply to a wide range of electrical products, including luminaires, motors, generators, controllers, capacitors, resistors, reactors, and swimming pool equipment. This broad applicability underscores the importance of following manufacturer's instructions for all types of listed equipment. In addition to the specific sections mentioned previously, there are other sections of the NEC that reinforce the importance of following manufacturer's instructions. For example, Section 110.3. B requires that listed or labeled equipment be installed and used in accordance with any instructions included in the listing or labeling. This section serves as a general requirement that applies to all listed equipment, regardless of its specific type or application. The NEC also contains requirements for the identification and labeling of electrical equipment. These requirements are designed to ensure that equipment is properly identified and that installers can readily access the information needed to install and operate it safely. For example, Section 110.21 requires that electrical equipment be marked with the manufacturer's name, trademark, or other descriptive marking by which the organization responsible for the product may be identified. This marking allows installers to easily identify the manufacturer of the equipment and obtain the necessary information for its installation and operation. The NEC also requires that electrical equipment be marked with its electrical ratings, such as voltage, amperage, and horsepower. These ratings provide critical information about the equipment's electrical characteristics and are essential for ensuring that it is properly connected to the electrical system. In addition to the general requirements for following manufacturer's instructions, the NEC also contains specific requirements for certain types of equipment. For example, Section 430 contains detailed requirements for the installation of motors and motor control equipment. These requirements include provisions for the sizing of conductors, the selection of overcurrent protection, and the grounding of motor frames. Similarly, Section 680 contains detailed requirements for the installation of swimming pool equipment. These requirements include provisions for bonding, grounding, and the installation of ground fault circuit interrupters. These specific requirements are designed to address the unique hazards associated with these types of equipment and to ensure that they are installed in a safe and reliable manner. Following manufacturer's instructions is not only a requirement of the NEC, but it is also a matter of professional responsibility. Electrical installers have a duty to ensure that their work is performed in a safe and compliant manner. This duty includes taking the time to read and understand the manufacturer's instructions for the equipment they are installing. By following these instructions, installers can minimize the risk of errors and ensure that the equipment is installed and operated in accordance with its intended design. Failure to follow manufacturer's instructions can have serious consequences. In some cases, it can lead to equipment failure, which can result in costly repairs and downtime. In other cases, it can create a safety hazard, which can lead to electrical shock, fire, or other injuries. In addition to the potential for physical harm, failure to follow manufacturer's instructions can also result in legal liability. If an electrical installation is found to be non-compliant with the NEC, the installer may be held liable for any damages or injuries that result. For these reasons, it is essential that electrical installers take the time to read and understand the manufacturer's instructions for all equipment they install. By doing so, they can ensure that their work is performed in a safe and compliant manner, protecting themselves and others from potential hazards. The NEC is updated every 3 years to reflect changes in technology and best practices. These updates often include revisions to the requirements for following manufacturer's instructions. For example, the 2020 edition of the NEC includes new requirements for the installation of arc fault circuit interrupters and ground fault circuit interrupters. These requirements are designed to improve the safety of electrical systems and to reduce the risk of electrical fires and shocks. To stay up to date on the latest requirements, electrical installers should regularly review the NEC and attend continuing education courses. These resources can help installers stay informed about the latest changes in the code and to ensure that their work is performed in accordance with the current standards. In summary, the NEC places a strong emphasis on following manufacturer's instructions for listed equipment. This emphasis is a reflection of the importance of proper installation in maintaining the safety and reliability of electrical systems. Electrical installers should always take the time to read and understand the manufacturer's instructions for the equipment they are installing. By doing so, they can minimize the risk of errors and ensure that their work is performed in a safe and compliant manner.